All right, well, let's break it down real easy for you. Basically, if you are in the eastern half of El Dorado County, you are under a mandatory or at least a warning evacuation at this point in time. You can see in red, of course, all of this area under mandatory evacuations. The yellow areas are where you have a warning at this point in time. But let's take a little closer look at where the fire is right now. The fact that this is superimposed over the evacuation maps gives you a much better idea of how the fire has been moving. You can see this corner, the right flank of the fire here around Myers area. It's just to the east of it at this point in time and actually moving a little bit north. The last that we can see on this map, of course, keep in mind the fire heat map that you can see right here is a little bit dated by the time we get it here on the map. And you can also see around the Kirkwood area. Now, this also shows just how well firefighters have been working throughout the night, because we thought that it could have breached further overnight. And the fact that it's still being held just to the west of both of these areas says a lot about the efforts that have been made thus far. And now I finally want to draw your attention to this area. While these are lighter colors, this is still a mandatory evacuation, what you see in this red here. This is Alpine County, and then we have Amador County just here to the left. Now, these are the new areas that we are learning about today. This is an evacuation warning, but you can see just how close the fire is to this evacuation warning area. So if you are anywhere north of Woodford to the Nevada border, you want to be ready, maybe even thinking about leaving, maybe even leaving at this point in time. Of course, these are more sparsely populated areas, and that's a good thing. And then finally, this is the junction where you have 89 meets 88, and everything north of here is under a severe danger at this point in time. You need to be gone. You need to have been already making your plans, especially we're paying attention to the area of Kirkwood today. That is where firefighters are going to be making a big stand as the weather develops.